Good afternoon. I'm Roy, and I'm going to present my transportation research paper summary today. And the title of my paper is Determining Priority Factors for Pedestrian Infrastructure Improvement Using Integrated RITIT ISA Technique. And it was a case study of Roadkey. I'll review this paper, and here are the name of the authors. And this paper was published in the Journal of the Eastern Asia Society for Transportation Studies, and here we can see the index number of this paper. And after reviewing this paper, if I go through on the objectives of the research, the main objectives of the research were the first one is to identify the important factors of the pedestrian environment in an Indian university town, that is Roorkee. The second one is to evaluate the pedestrian satisfaction level of each factor at current state. And the last main objective, was to determine the priority factors for pedestrian infrastructure improvement by RITIT ISA technique. Now, what was the methodology that used in the research? At first, the researchers identified 14 key factors that affect the quality of a pedestrian's walking experience. They conducted an on-site survey with 421 pedestrians in the Roorkee, and the participants rated the importance and satisfaction of 14 factors on a 5-point scale. And finally, researchers used the RIDIT ISA technique to convert subjective ratings into objective scores, which are then plotted on a 4-quadrant graph. Now, this is the major key findings from the research. If we can focus on the slide, the researchers plotted the 4-quadrant curves. If we see the quadrant 1, in case of quadrant 1, the factors were of high importance, but the pedestrians feel less satisfaction on those factors, and the factors were universal accessibility, no encroachment, footpath width, and no conflict with non-motorized vehicles. So the authority should give most priority on these factors, as these are mostly important, but pedestrians are less satisfied, very low satisfaction. In case of quadrant 2, so these are high importance for pedestrians, but satisfaction is also high. So pedestrians are satisfied with these factors. These factors are cleanliness, shade and trees, and a pollution-free environment. In case of quadrant 3, these factors are low importance, and pedestrians are also not satisfied with them. So the factors were footpath continuity, footpath surface condition, and pedestrian crossings. And then finally, quadrant 4, these have low importance, and pedestrians are highly satisfied with it. So these factors were sense of security, street lighting, steel furniture, and nearby buildings. So from this slide, the concerned authority can easily find the message that at quadrant 1 they should make the highest investment, because these factors are greatly important and pedestrians are less satisfied. So this is the most significant outcome from this research, I think. Now, why this research is interesting? Why I choose this research? Because this research addresses a global issue. It highlights the often neglected problem of pedestrian infrastructure, particularly in developing nations like India and my country Bangladesh, etc. And this research was very objective friendly and also scientific. In this research, the researchers uses the RIDIT ISA technique, and which is very useful method to convert subjective feedback into valid numerical data. So pedestrians gave their subjective opinion, and we get the valid numerical data to make our decision. And the research was very clear and actionable. The research uses a 4-quadrant graph, which we just saw, to provide a simple yet powerful visual tool for prioritizing improvements and making budget conscious decisions. So the planner or authority can easily find where they should invest the most of the budget. Now, another important thing is what we can do further research. What will be the further research directions from the research? The first one is in-depth user analysis. So in further research, how satisfaction and priorities differ across various demographic groups and travel behavior could be further explored. So research can be done for various demographic groups in further comparative city studies. Similar research can be conducted in different types of cities, for example, capital cities like Dhaka, port cities like Chittagong in Bangladesh, to test if the findings can be universally applied. And another way of further research is impact assessment. The effectiveness of infrastructure improvements could be evaluated through follow-up surveys designed to measure changes in user satisfactions. So this kind of impact assessment survey can be also done in future. So this is all about my presentation, and this is all about my review summary of that particular paper. So thank you very much.